Hello everyone. Hello my joyful friends. This is Nicole Steele of The Joyful Stamper. I run a blog, thejoyfulstamper.com, and I'm also an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Every Saturday I post the Split Coast Stampers Card Sketch Challenge for that week, and I also write up a written tutorial for you to download completely free from my blog. I also film a video every week too, showing you how to make the card that I created for the sketch layout. Lots of pinnable things, lots of inspiration on my blog, so head over there and check it out. So today we are going to make this card, and I have to be honest. So I used the Gather Together stamp set, and I used the awesome dies that go with it, the Gathered Leaves dies right here. And I have to tell you, these are carrying over to the Stampin' Up! Catalog. However, they aren't carrying over until the holiday catalog, which is going to be available August 1st to everyone. July 1st if you're a demonstrator, so that's a great incentive to sign up to my Joyful Stamper team. But this is going to be available. It was here last fall, so some of you actually may already own the dies and this stamp set, and it's such a great set. So I had this color combination in my head, and this was the first stamp set and die set that jumped to mind for it. So I'm going ahead with it. I'm going to make it anyways. So we are starting with a piece of shaded spruce cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored down the middle at 4 1/4. Then you're going to cut a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock to glue to the inside of your card because it's too dark to write on it. And I stamped a leaf down here, and I'm going to show you how I got all those multicolors on that leaf stamp here in a minute. So okay, we have our base, it's folded. I like layers, so I cut a 5 1/4 by 4 inch piece of shaded spruce cardstock, and I'm going to use my paper snips to very lightly distress these edges. I've already done 2 sides. I'm going to go ahead and do the 3rd and the 4th side. And I'm just doing this very lightly with a sharp pair of paper snip scissors. You can certainly have a heavier hand if you like, but I knew I just wanted a very light distress touch. I want the star of the show to be that gorgeous, gorgeous leaf from Gather Together. Okay, and I'm not going to glue this on my card just yet. That'll be my the next step. But now I have a piece of very vanilla cardstock, and this is where I'm going to stamp the large leaf image from the Gather Together set. So I'm bringing in 3 sponge daubers, and I'm going to bring in 3 ink pads, Shaded Spruce, Coastal Cabana, and Pear Pizzazz. Don't you love that color combination together? Ooh, it is pretty. Let's open these all up. I want to show you also what I do with my ink pads. So on the bottom, when you get a new ink pad, it has multiple stickers, and it has the color of the ink pad in all the different languages and the markets that Stampin' Up! Operates in. Yeah, I put the English one because I speak English on the front, but I don't want to let these other ones go to waste. So what I do is I take one and I put it on the opposite side. And I also put one on the inside there. That way, no matter which way I'm looking at my ink pad, I know exactly what color I'm using. I'm going to start with Coastal Cabana because that's my lightest shade. I'm going to put the sponge dauber on my finger, and I'm going to dab ink onto there, and I'm going to go ahead and apply the ink to my stamp all over. I want to really cover it. Now you can get a sponge dauber dedicated for each color. There are 5 of them in a pack for $5. It's not terribly expensive. But my blue, I get one for my blues, one for my greens, and so on and so forth, and that's fine. But I know some very organized people that have one for each color, and you can see I tried that at one time, and I'm just not that organized. So, not with my stamping stuff at least. That system went out the window. Now I'm going to be using Pear Pizzazz to apply lightly to my stamp. And last, I'm going to take my darkest color, Shaded Spruce, and I'm going to dab that all over. And then when you're finished with that, just breathe on it and go ahead and stamp it on your very vanilla cardstock. And it'll come out with multiple shades of color. So that's how I stamped the leaf that's on the inside of my card too. Same process. All right, I'm gonna close these up and put them away because I'm guaranteed to drop one of my card pieces into it and ruin it. So now we need to die cut this out. So I'm bringing in my 17-year-old trusty Cuttlebug. Now Stampin' Up! Has given us a date for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine that they're coming out with, and August 4th it will be available to demonstrators. September 1st it will be available to customers. So if you want to get it early, make sure you join my team, my Joyful Stampers, and right now there's a sign-up special. You can get a free bundle as part of your starter kit. And then when it comes time to pre-order this, you'll get the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine at 20% off with your demonstrator discount. So that is a sweet deal. Plus you'll be on my team. And you'll be on the team of Alyssa Zwolonic. She is a Global 100 demonstrator and her team is awesome. And my team is awesome too. All right, we'll put that die aside. So we've die cut our leaf. Now we're gonna start gluing things together. I'm gonna put this distressed layer on there. I love my team. The local members meet at my house once a month and I design projects for them so that we can all just relax and do what we like best, which is talk and stamp. And then if you're not local, we have monthly virtual meetings on Facebook. We have weekly Friday challenges where you post what you made that week. And you can be a name can be drawn for a chance to win prizes. And then there's monthly creative and business challenges too. So it's lots of fun. I share all my paid class files with my team. So just let me know if you're interested. This is a stitched circle that I cut from Pear Pizzazz cardstock. And some of it is going to hang off the edge of this. So I'm only going to put some liquid glue on a portion of this. And this stitched circle is part of the Stitched Shapes dies set. You also get squares and ovals in there too. Yep, you can see you got a little bit of ink or a little bit of glue there, but we're gonna glue that on there so it's gonna get hidden. There's some extra hanging over there. We're going to just trim that off. Okay. And this is going to get put on with dimensionals. Can never have enough dimensionals. You should see how many packages of these I have in my adhesive basket. You guys would roll your eyes and your mouth would drop open in shock if you saw. So ahead of time, I die cut 3 shaded spruce leaves, and I don't know if you can see the embossed detail on them, but those are the frames from the gathered leaves die set also. And I'm gonna go ahead and glue these to my card base. Now I'm not gonna put glue all the way to these edges because I'm gonna use my finger to lightly curl up those edges once they've had a chance to adhere to this card base. So just put them on randomly, don't think about it too much. Overthinking is the fastest way to kill the creativity. I've been there, done that. We're bringing back the shaded spruce ink pad, and we're gonna stamp up Wishing You Well from Gather Together, and we're gonna stamp it right on the lower left corner of our card. I love that. So subtle. So subtle. Okay, so I've tied a little bow with linen thread. Okay, and here's where I made a boo-boo. So in the catalog, we have wooden embellishments called In Good Taste Elements, and they do have leaf sprays in them. I mistakenly grabbed a retired package of wooden embellishments that also have leaf sprays on them. And you're gonna get the same look, trust me. I will tell you what I did to these though. Let me show you here. So you get a full package of these, and they'll come on this thing here. I punched these out. Take a Versamark ink pad and smush it all over the top of this, okay? Cover that wooden embellishment sheet with that Versamark ink pad. Then sprinkle on some white embossing powder and heat it till it melts with your heat tool. So this whole piece is covered. Then take your Stampin' Blends markers in any color you want, and you can color over those heat embossed pieces. And I would use a light color of my Stampin' Blends to color. So this one is, I believe, Bermuda Bay. And then I would go over and I outlined it with the dark Bermuda Bay. In the case of the leaf spray, I used Old Olive. So I colored it with Old Olive, light Old Olive, over top of the embossed leaves. And then I took the dark Old Olive and I used the brush tip to just flick around those edges to give some interest to it. So I'm going to pop one of these small ones out here. So it's really, really a fun technique. It really is. I loved it. Had fun with that one for sure. So I'm going to use a glue dot to adhere this wooden embellishment. And I'm going to roll it up a little bit. Otherwise, you're probably going to see it. There we go. Let's make sure. Okay, it is hidden. And then I'm going to also use a rolled up glue dot to stick on this linen thread. And I'm going to put the linen thread bow right on top of this wooden piece. So remember, it's in Good Taste Elements. They're wooden embellishments. They're so fun to play with. Use your embossing powder and your Stampin' Blends on them, okay? So there we go. That is this week's project for my Saturday sketch that I got from the Split Coast Stampers site. So if you need any of the supplies to make the projects for this card, just let me know. I can ship you out a catalog package at no charge. My site is thejoyfulstamper.com, and if you need the supplies, just head over to shopwithnicole.stampinup.net and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can see more fun crafty videos just like this one. All right, thanks for joining me today, guys. Bye.